Rejuvenate, restore, refresh, and heal. At Fantuzzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional acupuncture, cosmetic anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit FantuzzoAcupuncture.com to book online today. FantuzzoAcupuncture.com.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor. 500 help.
Yep, for all your heating, air conditioning, plumbing needs, Taylor 500 Help. They are your go-to guys. They will get it done. Call Taylor now for their Plumbing Safety Essentials Plus plan. Save $100 on a Bradford white water heater, because when your water heater breaks down, you don't want that to happen, right? Because there's water all over the floor. Get to it before that happens. If you have an old water heater that you know is about to go, call Taylor and they will get you set up with a Bradford White water heater. Since 1947, Taylor Heating and Plumbing and Bradford White have been the most reliable source for all your plumbing and heating needs. And of course, Taylor does all kinds of great things like duct cleaning, air conditioning, heating, home energy, and they have comprehensive maintenance plans that go along with a financing plan. So call Taylor for all of your needs at Taylor 500 Help. Precision Lawn and Garden. If you want your lawn to look fantastic, just head on up north, 195 North Avenue in Webster, open weekdays 8 to 5 and Saturday 9 to noon. Precision Lawn and Garden has been providing Rochester and the surrounding areas professional sales, service, and parts since 1969. I'm talking chainsaws and lawnmowers, new models, on sale models. Justin and Kimberly up at Precision Lawn and Garden have it going on, so they can help you with whatever you need. Still Products, Cub Cadet, Ferris, and Toro. It's Precision Lawn and Garden, 195 North Avenue in Webster. And you want your driveway to look fantastic, right? You don't want it to look all gravelly and rutted out and gross. Express Sealers, they will do the trick for you. Makes your curb appeal look nice. Freshly sealed driveway always looks amazing. Call Express Sealers. They're not a fly-by-night company. They're not one of those door knocker sealing companies. They protect your investment by power trimming your edges. They do grease spots, thick professional hand-applied commercial-grade seal coat. They get it done. Express Sealers. Call them today. 645-2010. That's 645-2010. Support our advertisers because they support us here at Kimberly's Revolution.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What day is it?
Monday.
Live from the We the People broadcast studios in partly cloudy, 72-degree around Detroit, New York.
It's sunny out. What land are you live in? It's sunny.
Enjoy life with Kimberly Ray.
Hey, it's Kimberly's Revolution. We are live. It is Monday. Welcome to Kimberly's Revolution in the We the People Podcast Network studios. We are fancy.
Have a Coke and a smile, Kimberly.
I do. I'm a Coke girl, as a matter of fact. Grew up on it.
Pepsi sucks. Can we all agree that?
I've been drinking it all my life. What are you drinking right there in your little cup?
This is Coke.
Uh-huh.
You're damn straight.
That's right.
Pepsi sucks.
I took the Coke challenge back in the day. It's Coke all the time. Coke does not endorse this show, nor do they pay any money, but they always can if they would like to. We would,
Sure.
we would enjoy Coca-Cola being an endorser on Kimberly's Revolution in the We the People Podcast Network. Hey, Austin, how you doing? Good weekend?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Good.
I also prefer Coke to Pepsi.
See,
put my
3
2 cents in
smart
there.
people in
Perfect.
the room. That's a good way to
Is
start
that a
things off.
Republican thing? Do Democrats like Pepsi?
You know what you grew up on, and we never drank Pepsi products in my house. It was Coke and iced tea, and if you were hard up, God forbid, you drink water. You know what I mean? And then
Nothing
you didn't
wrong
have
with
like
water.
fancy water. You didn't have like bottled water in my household and in the Ray household in Buckner, Missouri.
The garden hose.
Which is you're the garden hose. You're thirsty, go get a drink out of the tap. And we wouldn't get a glass. We just hold our mouth underneath the.
You didn't skim the water off the top of the pod, Kimberly?
No. Well, I did have a pond in my backyard until they built a subdivision in the back, much to my mother's ire. So, yeah. Just Tom is joining us today. He's putting out fires. Tom actually has to work today.
Putting out fires today.
I'm like, Tom, you're not putting out fires. It's called doing your job.
Same thing.
I know.
I don't like to do my job.
You hung up on me. You hung
you
up on
deserved
me.
it.
I did not.
Sure you
I
did.
said, get me a sign that has an arrow on it.
You're
You're like, oh, you good baby.
you were a little bitchy about it. Just a little.
No, I
just
was
a wee,
not.
just
I
a
was
wee
not.
bitch.
I was so not bitchy.
You were like Cuomo with the
I
sign.
was not. Hey, I need a sign.
Yeah.
Get me a sign.
Like by 5:00 today. Okay.
Is that so much to ask for?
I'm not a printer. I don't have a the capacity in my basement.
Mary Kay says Coke is woke.
Yeah.
I don't know if Coke is woke. I just know what's
Have
good.
a Coke and a smile.
Someone says I'm a Dr. Pepper girl. My grandpa drank Dr. Pepper out of the glass bottle. See,
I do like me some Dr. Pepper.
we people of a certain age remember when Coke and Dr. Pepper and 7-Up all came in the glass bottles.
Right.
And it was the greatest thing in the world when my mom and dad they rented. And when all of it, can you imagine renting a house and having to take, the family of 5 laundry to the laundromat? Because that's what my mother had to do. And it was the greatest time for me because the laundromat had a candy machine, a gumball machine, and a Coke machine.
Perfect.
Where you could get like Fanta out of it and you could get Coke out of it. Yeah, it was a great time.
Fanta.
Yeah, Fanta,
Nice.
Fanta.
I don't know.
You don't know the jingle?
Mr. Pibb.
I love Mr.
It
Pibb.
doesn't tab on any of this.
They don't have Mr. Pibb here in this area.
Yeah.
But I will be going down to South Carolina where they do have Mr. Pibb on Wednesday. So Wednesday is kind of up in the air. Are we doing the show on Wednesday? We're definitely doing the show tomorrow, but Wednesday programming note, it's kind of a fly by the seat of your pants.
We're fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed we're doing the show on Wednesday.
And why is that? Two reasons.
Well, 2 reasons is we're hoping that Colonel Oliver North can make it to the show on Wednesday. And if so, we'll be doing the show at 1:00 because he's a colonel after all. And what he says goes. If he can do 1:00, then we do the show when Colonel Oliver North wants to do the show, which is
so there's a certain rank in life at some point where you don't argue with them.
I don't think 1, he's old, and 2, he's a colonel.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not arguing.
So Colonel North gets a yes, sir, from you.
Based on yes, sir. Yes, exactly. Based on the fact that he's just been around longer than all of us. He gets John Patrick O'Brien says,
oh boy.
Hello. I like John.
I know you do.
I like John.
Well, you're the only one that does, unfortunately.
Well, I like Megason too. What does that say? You have to know how to handle people. And I like John H. See, a lot of these very strong personalities rub people the wrong way.
Sure.
Some people don't like me. I know that's shocking. How can they not like me? My husband said yesterday, I don't want you to get wet because sugar melts in the rain.
Aw, how sweet. I just try to like everybody. I just try to like everybody.
I'm like, people have called me a lot of things. Sweet isn't one of them. RC Cola, someone's saying. Yeah, my dad drank RC, but we were mostly a Coke family. It's bad when and here, John H will love this. He's saying, hey, this is where the bad habits start. When you walk out of the house, when you're in elementary school and you have a can of Coke in your hand.
Sure.
My mom and dad weren't home to monitor. I was a latchkey kid. Bad habits started early. I do not. Coke is my one bad habit. And I don't mean the white stuff. I just mean, and I don't drink.
So are you
diet.
saying you have all dentures now?
Yeah, no, I have all my teeth.
Oh, okay.
Rerun Redux is the show's name today. Yeah, I know.
How many ducks?
The School of Redundancy.
How many ducks?
It's supposed to be funny. Rerun Redux. Valerie says he's a keeper, my husband, for saying he'll put the groceries in the back of the car because sugar melts in the rain.
Aww.
I know. It was a busy weekend for us. For one, if you are looking to build a ranch home, I will now have one listed by the end of today. Hilton School District, North Greece address. And I will tell you that this is a beautiful ranch home that is being built right now. The what is it? The garage, not the garage, but the basement is poured.
Yeah.
The basement is poured. It backs up to woods.
Yeah, really nice.
It's in a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
This is a primo ranch location. It's an 1,899 square foot ranch in Hilton School District, Greece address. You can't beat it. It is fantastic.
Now I just got to convince Lori not to want to buy the house.
I know the ranch, almost 1,900 square foot ranch.
You should buy it, Kimberly.
I'm not going to buy. I would like to buy it. I'm going to let hopefully
You still get the commission if you buy it.
I know that's true.
Mhm.
So anyone, if you are interested or know someone that wants to build their own house or listen, ranch homes, hard to come by, right?
Yeah.
And you want
Especially new ones
you want it the way you want it.
that aren't in a patio home community.
So you can finish. It has 2 egress windows. You can finish the basement and have a living space down there. So you
Yeah.
can basically double your living space. So instead of 1,900 square feet, you'll have almost 3,000 square feet.
I was told there was no math.
Okay. We went out to look at the property on Friday.
We did.
Was it Friday or was it Saturday?
It was one of those days.
I get lost in the days.
I'm just completely lost.
So yeah, Kimberly does Coke, right? Coca-Cola.
Sure does.
Right. I'd like to
We all do
teach
Coke.
the world.
We are non-heroin users, but we really like Coke.
Gated community. This is not a gated community where your new ranch home would be. It is on a cul-de-sac though, and it's really
Yeah.
nice. And again, backs up to woods.
Very
Fabulous.
private. Very private.
Reach out to me. You can message me on Facebook on the We the People Podcast Network. You can reach out to me on my phone at 369-5358. And you can reach out to me at kgoodman@revererealty.com. So Rerun Redux from the Land of Redundancy is the name of the show today.
All right.
We want to thank all of our sponsors. And of course, we want to thank Fitz, who's been very sick, non-COVID related.
Yes.
But he just have did he have strep throat?
I don't know. He got back to me today and he said things are starting to look up.
Yeah, non-COVID related.
He got out of bed today. So
Yeah, that's-
congratulations.
Well,
Fitz.
it's a step in the right direction.
Sure.
So we want to thank Fitz at Rockvox Productions. He makes all of this happen. We built the studio and he has helped run things from day one, and we appreciate him. Rockvox Productions. If you or your company wants to do a podcast, he can help set you up. Or even if you want to do a short movie, he has all the ins and outs of doing movies here in Rochester. So Fitz at Rockvox Productions. We thank Austin for being here as always. And we thank all of our advertisers, Fantuzzo's Acupuncture, Taylor Heating and Cooling, also Precision Lawn and Garden, and Express Sealers. So it's all starting all over again. And I foresee a devastating second shutdown. Although I think people are so angry about this, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they're going to be able to shut things down the way they want to shut things down. But here is what our governor of the state of New York is asking businesses to do in the state of New York. This is disgusting, you guys. And here is Governor Cuomo.
Commie bastard.
Private businesses, I am asking them and suggesting to them, go to vaccine-only admission. Go to vaccine-only admission.
Wow.
So
How are you going to do that? So for private businesses going into any business, they're going to ask to see your card. What kind of pain in the ass is that going to be? Are you serious?
no, what they're going to do is the businesses that are accepting non-vaccinated people, they will have a giant red X on their front door, right? Like in every sci-fi movie.
You will.
Giant red X.
and-
Avoid this business because it's where the spreaders are.
For the super spreaders.
Or
Speaking
yeah.
of that, I think that Sturgis starts on Friday. Remember, that's where we heard super spreader event. I mean, we thought a super spreader event was some orgy at a party where they swing in Fairport. You guys all know the neighborhood. But no, the super spreader event started with Sturgis last year. That's the first time we ever heard super spreader event, isn't it?
Right.
At Sturgis. That was like the thing. And my brother-in-law went to Sturgis and he came back and he said everyone was perfectly healthy. There was no super spreader event. It's just the fact that the government wants to control you. So Sturgis was not, and I'm just going to tell you, if you were trying to find us on YouTube last week, YouTube dinged us. YouTube took us off of their video platform because they said our conversation about COVID was in opposition to science or whatever their specifications are. But you can always find last week's Wednesday episode on the We the People Podcast Network. I have it on my Facebook. But yeah, as of this afternoon, according to breaking news, it looks like workers at local health systems, according to the Monroe County Health Department, will be required to be vaccinated or undergo regular COVID testing. So that's why today's show is called Rerun Redux. So I hate a rerun. Nobody likes a rerun. And I don't think anyone wants to see another rerun of 2020 of lockdowns and masking. But now it appears that all, local businesses are going to require you to mask up if you're inside.
So
If you're inside.
So you're saying that this is Ghostbusters 2?
Yeah.
Because Ghostbusters 1 was cute. It was a nice little movie, but Ghostbusters 2 was horrible. So
Yeah. So the county where we live here in the state of New York, Monroe County, is recommending universal indoor masking and requires all county employees to wear masks. Weren't they anyway? And
probably.
what bullshit is that? And Mary Kay says it's infuriating. I will shop at establishments with the red X. We need to stand up. We absolutely need to stand up. But how insane and crazy is it? I mean, just when you think Governor Cuomo cannot get any crazier or more control freakish,
yeah,
he puts out that statement that should absolutely make everyone want to rebel. Can we play that again?
it's definitely an abuse of power.
It
here.
is an abuse of power. Completely.
Private businesses, I am asking them and suggesting to them go to vaccine-only admission. Go to vaccine-only admission.
So that means if I want to go to a restaurant, they're going to say, hey, Kimberly, are you vaccinated? And
All
I'm
right.
going to say, it's none of your freaking business.
Here's the political spin on it. Obviously, 70% of New Yorkers are at least one shot vaccinated, right?
I don't even know what the numbers are.
But I think he's
I
missing
don't
the
think
point
I don't
here.
think the numbers are right. I
Could
don't.
be.
I think they're fudging the numbers
But
because everyone that I know doesn't have the shot.
right, but see, at 70%, he's thinking, okay, I'm politically safe with this discussion because most people are going to agree with me. But he's not thinking that most of the people are getting the shot just because they want to get on with their lives. And, they're not necessarily afraid of the side effects of the vaccine. But so he's thinking he's in the right by saying these communist, propaganda. But the majority of the people, I don't think, agree with him here.
No,
even though 70% of the people are vaccinated.
Where do you think
least
that
one shot.
Well, where's the 30% that aren't vaccinated? Okay, so I'm not
I don't know.
vaccinated.
Hilton.
Hilton. Okay, you're blaming us. I see how that works. So I mean, I'd like to know where that 30% come from. I don't think he's telling the truth. Because when I talk to people, they're like, no, we don't have the vaccine. I mean, I talked to a lot of people over the weekend. I was at several parties over the weekend, a baby shower. I was
Yes,
at a graduation party.
you were.
And everyone that I talked to, they had not been vaccinated. So I think someone is not being truthful. Not that I'm saying that government or that our Governor Cuomo wouldn't be truthful with the minions, right? Not that
Mhm.
they would fudge numbers for any kind of agenda. But I just think that something isn't right with the numbers. And maybe someone might want to go back and check those numbers.
Well, like I said, I think he thinks he's on the right side here because of the 70% number in the voting and the polling. Because politicians work off polling data. But this is not a political issue. This
Yeah.
is your God-given constitutional rights here.
Yeah.
This is don't F with me.
And here's why. I guess according to the news stories, the CDC changed its face mask guidance for vaccinated people because there was a town in Massachusetts called Provincetown, and I guess it attracts thousands of people every 4th of July. And after the 4th of July, they saw a huge COVID-19 outbreak. And they say that 75% of those new cases of COVID were among fully vaccinated people. So it leads you to believe one of two things.
Breakthrough infections.
Either the vaccine. Now, see, I don't know if this is going to get us, yanked off YouTube. Either the vaccine doesn't work or these people aren't being truthful. Right?
There you go. Nobody heard that.
It suggests that people who got the shot can still get the infection. So what's the point of getting the shot?
Right. Especially if you're already asymptomatic or if you've had COVID and you have the antibodies. What is the point of getting the shot if you're going to spread it anyways?
I mean, I look at stuff like that and I'm going, okay. I mean, I consider myself an intelligent, semi-intelligent person. I look at numbers like that and I go, okay, 75% of those cases that came from that big party in Provincetown were people who had already been vaccinated. Tells me something didn't work out right.
Well, you know what it tells me? If roughly 75% of the people have had at least one dose, right? So therefore, there's no difference.
And still got
sick. if 75% of the people are vaccinated and 25% aren't, and they're spreading it at the same return, right? Then what difference does it make? Everybody's still spreading COVID. Congratulations.
You ran out and you waited in line and you got the vaccine, but now we have to wear a mask. They're talking about making sure that you prove it to be. They're asking businesses. They want to put the dirty work in the hands of local businesses. They want to make people angry at local businesses. They want to hurt again. Okay, so we know the shutdown was devastating to small business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Devastating, not devastating to Home Depot and Lowe's and Target and Walmart. They actually did very well.
Right.
Their
billions.
Their second, third, and first quarters were off the chart amazing. They were making buku bucks.
A lot of toilet paper sales.
Local businesses went under. We cannot stand another devastating lockdown, and that is where they're heading. This is where the rerun of today's show name comes in, because we know what they're gearing up for. Teachers may be mandated to be vaccinated before they start school in September. Teachers, healthcare workers, all being mandated, as in you're going to get the vaccination or you're going to get fired. You're not going to be allowed to teach or work in a hospital or whatever. These are things that are absolutely happening with Cuomo mandating vaccines. And he said he could be mandating vaccines for nursing homes as well. Too little, too late on that front, old Cuomo, don't you think?
Well, that's the one
too little, too late.
That's the one that, in some respects, makes some sense, right?
That's why I say too little, too late.
Yeah, lock down the seniors, and but even still, who can agree with that?
So, if and someone says, "Hey, if the Delta variant is less deadly, why the lockdown?" Because they can control you.
It's a more of a spreading.
They can control you.
Spreads faster than the regular.
Cold spread fast.
The alpha variant. I didn't know that there was any alphas and deltas. And what's next? Lambda, sigma,
alpha, data, alpha, data. Oh my goodness! I used to know the
but
Greek.
you were upside.
Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you were upside down on a keg when you were saying that.
I was
So.
I was upside down on a keg. But yeah, so Cuomo is considering mandating vaccines. So here we are, we're going back. And again, the only businesses that were hurt by the devastating shutdowns of 2020. Small business.
Mm-hmm.
There's several restaurants in Greece that have gone out of business. I drove by one on Saturday. I thought it was still in business. It's a pizza joint. They are closed. Someone says, hey, they're already asking you to mask up in Walmart. I will not be masking up anywhere. I am not wearing a mask anywhere I go. If someone asks me to mask, I will walk out the door and I will take my business somewhere else, because we cannot stand to have round 2 of this, guys. We cannot stand for another shutdown and another masking event. And those poor kids, when they go to school in September, they're going to have to wear a mask.
Maybe 2.
Bullshit. How about that? How about we all take a stand? We kind of let it slide.
So you're saying I need to bring the checkbook out to Greece for you, Kimberly?
What's that?
I need to bring the checkbook out to Greece for you?
Yeah, no, you save that for Chad. John H. says, all you fat fucks are keeping the restaurants in business. Some restaurants are doing record sales. What restaurants are doing record sales? No restaurants that I know are doing record sales, John H.
Burger King.
Maybe, freaking McDonald's. I don't know. There are guys from local businesses that are promoting local restaurants. No one supports the gyms though. Oh, now I see where he's going. I have news for all you.
I'm insulted by the fat fuck comment.
Obesity and slobbish eating habits are going to kill you before COVID ever does. Yes.
Yes. Love you, John.
John H. is absolutely right.
Love you, sir.
Your horrible eating habits and drinking a Coke every day are going to kill you way before COVID ever does. Because you know why? COVID has a 99% survival rate. You get a cold, you blow your nose, you might lose your taste for a day or two, but you're going to come back to annoy the shit out of all of us on another day. Some of us will survive, some of us won't. It's survival of the fittest. That's how this world has been operating since the beginning of time, has it not?
Okay, it's a little insensitive, but it's okay.
Well, you're dying right now. I'm dying. We're all gonna die.
I'm well prepared to die.
You can't wring your hands about it.
Yeah.
My mom gets so mad at me when I tell, but I'm like, you've got 1.5 feet in the grave already, Mom.
Have that conversation with Jesus Christ before you go to bed tonight.
I can't help it if you didn't do your life right and you think you need another 50 years to do it. You don't get that chance. I, for one, am going to live my life now. And if John H. weren't so freaking far across town on the east side, I might go to the gym and join him.
He comes to your house.
He's not coming to all the west side.
Yeah,
I wanted him
to pay him enough. He will.
Well, see, that's a problem with me and money. I don't have a lot of it since I was fired last year. So, Patty says,
small detail.
If it was about saving lives, the government should have mandated overweight people lose 10% of their body weight. But nope, mask up and backs up.
So this is pick on fat people day.
Well, they do say that obesity is one of the.
That's it. I'm out of here.
You're not obese. Obesity is one of the things that is. What do they say? It's a COVID hotspot. If you're fat, it's not good for you.
I heard round was a shape.
Round is a shape.
Right. There you go.
Ron says Coke will cure COVID. I cannot talk today.
I never can.
I do it. Yeah. Fat or PHAT. Fat. Like, you're so cool.
I am not that. I'm the FAT.
Fat. You down with the fat boys.
I'm the FAT fat.
Are you? Okay. Yeah. So Yo Cuomo is making it seem like
I can't do it.
So he wants to knock on your door and drag you out to a car, as we said on Friday. And now he wants businesses to require you, in order to frequent that business, to prove that you're vaccinated.
Again,
not going to happen.
I think he thinks he's on the right side of the polling issue here. And
not going to happen.
I don't think he is. So, not that he's going to lose an election, but
there's more information coming out about how the COVID actually escaped that Wuhan lab. Remember the mining incident in 2012?
Did it put on a hat and a mustache?
And a lot of those miners that were saved, actually, it was a bat-infested cave in the Wuhan province, and those miners were trapped for a couple of days. They ended up being saved, but a lot of them came down with some kind of a pneumonia-like respiratory virus. Have you heard of that before? A respiratory-like virus that will kill you within a couple of days. Well, that's what some of these guys had. And what they did was they managed to, save the virus, and then they were messing with it in the lab. And
maybe it was one of those 18 billion year old viruses that have been buried into the earth, and they dug a certain spot in the cave, and that caused the virus to come out of the rock and infected them.
Just another COVID number, by the way.
Okay.
Washington, D.C. murders surpass coronavirus deaths in July by 3-to-1 ratio. I'm not making it up. There were more murders than COVID deaths in Washington, D.C. in a ratio of 3-to-1. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? But you know what?
Tells you we got problems.
No one's going into the neighborhoods in Washington, D.C. and making sure that the hood rats and the gang members don't go out and shoot each other. Where's the mandate that all gangbangers must stay home? Is there a mandate on gangbangers? And the Democratic mayor of Washington, D.C. was tooling around all weekend without a mask because they want to live their lives, the Democrats.
Do I say, not as I do.
They don't want you to live your life. They want you to lose your business and lose your job and lose your house and go get vaccinated. Whether it's going to work or not, I don't know. It's science.
Well, the law-abiding citizens, why do they call them law-abiding citizens? Because they obey the law.
Because we obey the law.
And when your government or governor or whoever, county executive, puts an order out there, the majority of the people are going to obey the law.
I'm not going to do it. We did it once.
Well, who's not going to obey the law besides you, Kimberly?
We gave them a shot, right? We gave them a shot. They devastated businesses and the economy.
You can give me a shot.
We can't do it again. We can't have a rerun. We can't make kids go to school and wear masks. We can't, have kids sit at home in front of computers and do remote learning. We can't do any of that. So they've just got to get past the fact that some people are going to get sick and some aren't. It's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to be able to live our lives and move forward. And I'm not, for one, going to be masked.
Who are the ones that don't obey the law mandates?
Gangbangers.
Right. And Kimberly.
Then they go out and they shoot people in Washington, D.C. That's why they're, and I would think that Chicago is probably right there on that list as well. More murders in Chicago than people dying of COVID. I would bet my next salary on it.
Well, that's
whenever that's going to come.
That's not a lot.
Exactly.
You won more. Your Lois won more than that at the casino.
She did. When did I take her to I took her to okay. So my mother, who is fully vaccinated, I am not. I took her to the casino on Friday and she won $1,004. So I made her, when she got up to 1,000, she was playing this Fort Knox slot machine and it's got like gorillas on it and the gorillas kind of pop out and they go grrr and the whole machine makes, big noise. That's what she likes. The lights and the gorilla that pops off the screen. And it is back by the snack bar at Finger Lakes. And so I was sitting by her because I had gone, I had a glass of wine and some food at the bar. And then I came back and I see that she's up $800. And I'm like, do you want me to cash you out now? I'll cash you out now and you can continue playing, but I'll just go cash you out. So no, she goes, no, let me see if I can get it up to 1,000. And doesn't she on the next spin get it up to $1,004? And I said, give me the thing now and I will go cash it out. And you continue playing. When I came back, she was already up to $400 more. And I said, give me that, give me that. And I'll go, you'll be up $1,400. She goes, no, I'm going to play on the rest of this. And didn't she lose all but $100 of it?
So are you saying that you're acting like Cuomo to your mom?
I have to.
So then why can't he?
I have to.
Maybe us idiots just don't know better. Kimberly.
I have to.
Do us idiots just don't know better? Do we need somebody to hold our hand and tell us what to do?
I wanted her to walk out with $1,000. I did not want her to walk out spending everything she came with. So she played $200. So basically she won $800 because she played $200 of her money. So it's all a wash anyway, right?
Yeah.
As long as you're up and she has fun, You
got to spend it to make it.
She's 88. Who knows how much longer she has. So I saw a movie over the weekend.
So wait a minute. Lois had a birthday? Because you always say she's 87.
Well, she's 87. She'll be 88. I just round up.
All right. When is her birthday?
January.
Okay. Well, so we got a little while.
Okay. Yeah, she's already past that halfway mark, though.
Okay.
So I just round up. At that point, when you're that old.
So now we call officially.
Does it really matter if you're 87 or 88?
Well, officially we call Lois 88 now.
Okay, she's 87. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. So yes, it's Kimberly's oversight of Lois. Someone has to keep an eye on my mother. Now, again, we were busy over the weekend. I went to a baby shower. Maybe I was at like major super spreader events over the weekend because the people I were hanging out with were not vaccinated.
I didn't see any masks.
I mean, I'm not going to Sturgis, although it sounds like fun. I don't own a motorcycle. I think they're dangerous.
Me too.
I don't want to prohibit anyone else from having a motorcycle, but Sturgis sounds like a good time to me. If I can drive my SUV there, I don't want to ride a motorcycle to Sturgis. And it's like, I know it's fun riding a motorcycle, but to me, those same people that think riding a motorcycle is fun also like sleeping in tents.
So you want to pull up to Sturgis in your Jeep Cherokee?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I don't want to sleep in a tent. That's just
So
me.
a Jeep Cherokee and a camper.
A travel trailer. please.
Travel trailer.
And by the
okay.
way, did you see that Yellowstone recorded 1 million visits in June alone? That was up 25% in 2019. We can't count last year because last year was a shit show. Last year was just a wash for everyone. No one went to any of the national parks last year. So I think that visitation for the national parks was down like over 50% last year. But Yellowstone just last month recorded 1 million visits, up 20% from the previous year where everything was cool and copacetic.
Definitely on my bucket list, Yellowstone.
So we watched a movie yesterday because it was kind of a rainy day. And we watched, I've never heard of switchgrass. Maybe Floridians know about switchgrass, but it kind of looks like pampas grass growing in fields.
Like a wild grass kind of thing.
Have you ever?
I have never heard of it in that terminology.
Switchgrass?
Yeah.
I guess it's like a thing. And this is a movie based on a real life story that I don't think took place in Florida, but it took place in Texas. Midnight in the Switchgrass stars Megan Fox, who is so ugly, and Machine Gun Kelly.
Of course she is.
And Sistine Stallone. Do you know who she is?
Somebody that's related to Sylvester?
Sylvester Stallone's daughter.
Nice.
And she's drop dead gorgeous.
Does she talk like him?
She
Does she go, oh,
Yo,
yeah. Does she do that?
No, she doesn't really have a whole lot of speaking, and Bruce Willis is in it.
Yeah,
I don't know why Bruce Willis is in there. There it is. Midnight in the Switchgrass.
Do women still think he's sexy, Bruce Willis?
Oh yeah, he's hot.
He is still?
Oh yeah, he's definitely hot. Oh
Okay.
yeah. And not her though. She's ugly.
Oh yeah. She's totally ugly.
She's absolutely drop dead gorgeous.
Right.
Even when she looks bad in this movie because she's an FBI agent and she's chasing down a serial killer. This is right up my alley. It's a serial killer that focuses on young teen girls. And again, based on a true story, but if you get a chance, it's on demand. You can, I think it was like $4.99. It wasn't too bad. And it was like a nice hour and a half movie that you could sit and watch. It's not bad.
We'll look into it.
Did you do anything this weekend? Besides
yesterday, we went to Saratoga to the racetrack.
You went to the racetrack?
Yeah. Had a good time.
The horse races?
3.5 drive there and 3.5 hour drive back.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you win?
No.
But
I made up because you can bring your own cooler in. That's why Saratoga's great.
Yeah.
You can bring your own cooler in, right?
Did you have to show proof of vaccination?
No.
Oh, that's good.
No.
That's good.
So, so the amount that I would have spent on alcohol, I probably lost over the ponies, but it's fun.
You think?
Yeah, it's fun.
So I know you're a big Bills fan.
I am.
Right?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Super Bowl or bust this year.
Austin or bust?
Austin, Texas? That don't ever happen. It's called posturing.
The Austin, Texas Bills. How does that sound?
Never going to happen.
Never going to happen?
No.
There you go. There's a Bills.
I don't know. It kind of has a ring to it. I kind of like the Austin Bills.
Austin, Texas
What happened
Bills.
to Toronto? Toronto didn't want any of that?
Buffalo Bills are looking at a move to Austin if they are unable to secure a home venue in Buffalo. And that means that the Pagulas, the owners of the Buffalo Bills, are seeking full funding for a new stadium. And they're going after the taxpayers in Erie County, which I don't see a problem with. Here's what you do. You make the taxpayers in Erie County pay for it, but you give them premium selection of tickets, right? Just like they do in Jackson County. This isn't hard, people. In Jackson County, Missouri, in order to fund the stadium for Arrowhead and Kauffman Stadium, they told the taxpayers of Jackson County, you're paying for it. you get first selection on all of the tickets. You get first come, first serve. And then when you're done selecting the tickets, then we'll open it up to everyone else outside of Jackson County.
Until they make the prices so high that the regular people can't afford to buy them.
Yeah, but that's just it. Jackson County has first option. Everyone, the residents, anyone who wants to go see a Chiefs game. Yes, what?
Isn't Arrowhead like 50 years old? Arrowhead Stadium?
Okay, so?
Come up with a new plan.
Well, no, I mean, there doesn't need to be a new stadium, but I'm just saying back in the day when they built that,
Yeah.
Jackson County taxpayers were footing the bill for however long it was. You would get your tax bill and you would see there was a portion where you were paying for Arrowhead Stadium and the baseball stadium. They're side by side.
As like a ticket surcharge.
Sort of. For everyone in the
For
county,
everyone.
whether you went to the games or
Yeah.
not. But Kansas City was happy to do it.
It's never going to happen, so don't worry about it.
What? The fact that there's not going to be,
No.
Erie County's not going to pay for it?
It's political posturing.
So how do you think they're going to pay for a new stadium?
They're just not going to get one right now. It's gonna be a process.
I don't think
What's
that
wrong
I'd
with the
push.
stadium they have?
I don't think I'd push. Are you kidding me?
It's awesome.
I mean,
The atmosphere is fantastic.
in kind of a chewed tobacco
in kind of a Buffalo way, right? In kind of a blue collar Buffalo way.
I'm a blue collar girl. I
what do
was
we
raised. My dad worked at the Ford plant. I am not fancy at all.
We don't need a $1.5 billion stadium and pay $500 for a ticket.
I think
keep
in
the
order
ticket
to,
prices down and put 80,000 people in there. That's what you need.
is that what you need?
That's what you need. Keep the ticket prices low and fill the stadium up.
So the current contract between the Bills and the stadium is set to end in 2023, and the Pagulas have made it very clear that they want a new stadium in Buffalo.
Right, because of the seat revenues and because of the suites and because of all the new money they make on these brand new stadiums. And who does it hurt? It hurts us, the people that go to the games.
Well, you build a new stadium downtown Buffalo or somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, Erie County taxpayers pay for it, and they get first selection on all the tickets. They get first selection on all the boxes. It can be done. It's been done
Okay,
before.
hang on.
But here's what Texas doesn't need. Texas doesn't need another damn football team. They already have Houston, right? Is Houston a thing?
Erie County
Is
residents.
it the Houston Oilers or the Texans? I always get it confused. I said that last week. And of course, the Dallas Cowboys. And nobody likes the Cowboys. I know. Patty says I'm fancy. I'm fancy. I'm way fancy.
Okay, 916,672 people live in Erie County. Let's do some quick math here.
Do we have to?
1.5 billion. How many zeros on our billion? A lot of them, right? 150. Okay. Oh, we can't do it. My calculator only goes to 15.
That's when
150 million. Oh, wait, here we go.
Okay, that's when you're poor. You're when your phone doesn't go up to a billion.
916,672. That is $1,636 for every person that lives in Erie County.
That pays taxes.
No, every person in Erie County. So what are they going to do? Knock on the door? You know, we need to get your vaccine.
Well, they
done.
don't. They figure out a way to do it.
We need $1,636 so the Bills can build a stadium.
They do it over, okay, you're not paying that much. They do it over a period of, say, 40 years. In 40 years, the stadium will be paid for.
Whatever.
And they'll need a new one by the time that rolls around, if football even exists in 40 years.
Keep the stadium where it is.
I don't know. But that's what they say. Other major metropolitan cities, including Orlando, Sacramento, and Portland, God forbid Portland, want the Bills to come there. Speaking of Portland.
Never going to happen.
Could you imagine the Portland Bills? That makes me want to vomit.
They would change them to the Outlaws.
I think I got a little vomit in the back of my throat right now. The Portland Bills, never. Erie County.
They would be in the Chiefs division if they did that, right? If they go out to Portland, the Bills would be in the Chiefs division.
The AFC West?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how they do that. You get what you ask for in Portland. Portland has a newly resurrected gun violence team.
No way.
Yeah, there it is.
Come on.
There they are. That's all that there is right there. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. That's it. That's Portland's newly resurrected gun violence team.
You can't make this shit up.
See, they defunded the gun violence team and said, we don't need your stinking gun violence team to the Portland police. So it was disbanded. Now they needed to bring it back because of this bull crap right here. Because of homicides surging, because Portland was basically on fire, because Antifa runs Portland, and now they need to someone to come back in, and the mayor is crying like a little bitch of a girl, and so now they can't get officers to fill the unit.
Shocker.
They can't get officers to fill the newly resurrected gun violence team.
Yeah, who the hell would volunteer for that
in Portland?
I guess for $300,000 a year, somebody would do it, right?
$300,000 a year in Portland
To be on that squad.
You can't live long.
Do you know what this country needs, Kimberly? You know what we really need? We need the Avengers. It's getting to that point.
No, I
Can
think
Batman can we get Batman with the signal?
I think we need the mafia.
Bring back the mafia.
Bring back the
I thought
mafia.
that's what we already had with Cuomo.
Yeah, homicides have surged since that violence reduction team was disbanded last summer, and the Portland City Council voted to slash the police bureau budget by $15 million. Amid the uptick in gun violence, the mayor proposed a new unit and renamed it. You just reimagine things. We're going to have a focused initiative team.
Sure.
And everyone says, screw you and your focused initiative team. We're not going to join your little gun violence. We were there. We wanted to stop the violence. You wouldn't let us. You let them set the city on fire.
And then when they arrested him, they let him right back out.
Let him go.
Yeah.
So now it's on you.
Sure
Now
is.
you figure it out. Now you let the very Democratic mayor in Portland figure it out. But the guys in Portland, the men and women, say, oh, we're out. we don't want to join your little team. So there you go.
Yeah, no.
Portland has seen 53
That's
homicides
stupid.
this year, putting it on track for an all-time high that hit 70 in 1987. So in voting to disband the old team tasked with investigating violence last year, Portland officials cited data showing that 52% of stops conducted in 2019 were for Black people.
Yeah, that, like I've said a couple of times over the past few months, that's going to be the answer to all this. There won't be any more traffic stops. No more inspections, no more registrations, no more traffic stops. There won't be any reason to pull anybody over because everybody will just be able to do whatever the hell they want.
Right, exactly. Uncle Reggie. I didn't know Uncle Reggie was a listener of Kimberly's Revolution and a watcher. Thank you and welcome, Uncle Reggie.
All right.
How is that mayor? How's your niece? Is she doing all right? The We the People Podcast Studio Network wants to know how Mayor Lovely Warren is doing. Uncle Reggie says, hey, Kimmy worries about a movie rental price, but wants to pay for a billionaire stadium.
Right.
Damn straight I do. You know why? Because I like to go to football games. I like to go and be amongst all the super spreaders.
Yeah.
That's me. I like football in a football stadium. And honestly, I don't find anything wrong with the Bills Stadium. But if they're going to move
think
it,
it's
I say
fantastic.
Erie County better ante up and get the taxpayers to pay for it. If that's what the Pagulas want, then that's what they should get. You want to keep the Bills? You want to keep the Bills in Buffalo? Or you want the Bills to go out to freaking Portland and be, the Portland Bills? I don't think you do. So pay the price of the stadium in Erie County and shut up. But we want to keep the Bills here. You don't want, and don't think you push these owners and they'll go, okay, how many teams do you know have left to go to other cities?
I thought Pagula's famous line is he'll just go dig another gas well. I mean, just go dig a couple more gas wells.
Is that what he's saying?
Yeah. Why can't New York State, instead of giving $1.5 billion to the Pagulas to build a stadium, why can't King Cuomo just let Terry Pagula drill a few gas wells in the Marcellus Shale, right?
Okay. Well,
I mean,
that'll be a protest.
Can't they just let the Bills owner dig a few gas wells so that he can make his $1.5 billion right there in Buffalo?
Yeah.
Problem solved.
And when you turn on your tap somewhere in that area,
dig a couple gas wells in south of Buffalo.
and fire comes out of your water tap. That's okay, though. That's okay.
Crap.
Pollute the streams and whatever else you got going on. That's okay. John H. says, if Portland, and one might insert Rochester here, knew where the criminals were for targeted enforcement, why didn't the regular police arrest them before? You can't just go they have to be wanted for something. And I think they go and they do arrest people that there's outstanding warrants for, right?
They know where they all are.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Of course they do.
Leave the Bills alone. Leave the stadium alone. I just came up with the idea here on Kimberly's Revolution today. Mario.
You're a genius.
Mario, father of Andy. Andy.
He's dead.
Yes. Andrew Cuomo. Hello. Andrew, let Terry Pagula dig a freaking well and we can fund the Bill Stadium.
Why are you yelling at me? See, now you're yelling. Earlier you hung up on me.
The hell with it.
He's leaving. See, I drive them all away. Kimberly's Revolution.
Don't screw with the Bills.
It is the We the People podcast network. I don't remember what I was going. Oh, yeah. $4 for that, on-demand movie was. I wasn't complaining about the on-demand movie price. $4.99 is not bad.
It's either that or a gallon of gas.
Hey, listen, you think I have the biggest mouth around? I know. Yes, I don't. Someone beats me. Did you see this girl? This girl has been, yes, look at her mouth.
Wow.
I'm not kidding you. The biggest mouth.
That's not photoshopped?
By the Guinness Book of World Records. That is not. Her name is Samantha Ramsdale. She's from Connecticut. She is the record holder, and I don't want any of your snarky comments.
Well, I could go a lot of different ways with this, Kimberly. And I'm just going to say, wow. Okay, that's it.
That's all we need.
That's all I'm going to say.
The Guinness Book of World Records has confirmed that Samantha Ramsdale, that you're looking at right there, from Connecticut, is the record holder for the world's largest mouth for a female.
Okay, wow.
Her mouth gape.
Is that what's called? Mouth gape?
Measures 6.56 centimeters, or about 2.5 inches when measured across. It reaches more than 10 centimeters or 4 inches. She says she's always known she's had a big mouth, but it wasn't until that, she was on TikTok and people pointed out that she may have a record-sized mouth.
Okay.
All the better to eat you with, my dear. Look at that apple in her mouth, though. That's funny. I know what you're thinking.
I'm not thinking anything.
Don't think it.
I'm not thinking anything.
It is bad. Don't think it.
My mind is perfectly clear like normal.
Just say it is. You got nothing going on.
My mind is completely blank.
Going on
Nope.
like that.
Nothing.
I will tell you, this is a place, and I mentioned that Wednesday we are flying down to South Carolina.
Yes.
And we're visiting my husband's parents, and then we're going to spend a couple of days on the beach in Charleston. And usually every summer we go down to an island called Edisto Island, and we rent a beach house and we do the whole thing. But since we went to Aruba in April, we are not going to rent the beach house this year. But every year that we go about the same time, and it's always late July, the 1st of August. And do you know what that is down in the beaches? Do you know what time of year that is for the beaches down there?
Mardi Gras?
No, it's turtle time.
Turtle time?
The loggerhead turtles are usually coming out of their nests. So the mama turtle will come out from the water up onto the beach, and that whole area down along South Carolina,
it's all protected.
It is completely protected. It is a huge fine if you mess with the loggerhead turtles. It's like $1,000 fine. I mean, they don't mess around with the loggerheads. So they found this rare 2-headed turtle that came out of its nest last week at Edisto Beach State Park.
It looks like a chocolate glazed donut.
It's not. When the turtles come out of their nest, when they hatch, they look like tiny spiders, and they usually hatch at night, and then they make a beeline for the water. Hopefully there are no lights. They don't let any of the houses in Edisto, I think, or anywhere up and down that whole area where the loggerheads nest, they don't let any of the beach houses have lights because the turtles are drawn to the light and they want them to go out in the ocean. So you'll see like about 100 and some will come out of the nest. It is really the most amazing, miraculous thing you've ever seen in nature. And when we usually get down there every year and you look for them, they have them, partitioned off. They have like the stakes down and they got the orange, tape around it. And they'll have like loggerhead nests here. And some of them have already hatched. The last couple of times we've been down there, we've gotten to see a couple of the nests hatch, and it really is cool. But this has 2 heads. It is a rare 2-headed turtle. The South Carolina Turtle Patrol found it last week. So they found 3 live loggerhead sea turtle hatchlings in a nest chamber, and then the last one to come out had 2 heads.
So are they going to raise this one in captivity, or are they going to let this one go into the ocean too?
I don't know if they kept it or they released it back into the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah, the volunteers. And by the way, the turtle volunteers, I mean, they get nothing for this. They're up in the morning and they patrol the hatch sites all afternoon and evening, and you can tell because the sand kind of crumbles underneath, so that the hatchlings are about ready to come out. It is kind of a cool thing. Maybe I'm a little nerdy about the loggerhead turtles, but out of 100 to 125, maybe 2 will actually make it to adulthood, because they, something happens. Things eat them. They just don't make it. But if you get
that's why they have hundreds of them to get 2.
Right, exactly. So the mamas come up in the spring, lay her eggs, and then by late July, early August, at least in Edisto, South Carolina, that's when they come up. And I will tell you that Edisto is like a hidden secret, because it is it's not commercialized. They have 1 Piggly Wig store. They've got maybe 2 bars, and that's it. It is so quiet and so peaceful. That's why we vacation there every year. And you don't have to like search to find your kid in the water. It's the best thing ever. Joyce says she loves Edisto.
You don't have to search to find your kid in the water.
Well, a lot of beaches, like you go to Myrtle Beach, and the water is like, it's packed with people, and all of a sudden you lose your kid. You're like, which one's my kid?
Oh, that kind of. I thought
you lose your kid in the water.
I don't have to look for you.
No,
Just go out in the ocean. You'll be fine. I'm going to sit here.
Have you ever been to Myrtle Beach? The beaches are
I actually
packed.
haven't.
The beaches are packed and the water is packed. So we wanted to find some place that was less commercialized.
Just let them out in the ocean. They'll be fine, Kimberly. You don't have to search for them.
We started going when Chloe was like 2 or 3, and I couldn't have her, running out into the water, and then all of a sudden I can't find her. I lost her at Seabreeze once. I thought someone stole my kid. I'm a horrible parent.
Too. We lost Brandon at Geauga Lake once on a water slide.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
He went down the water slide and got to the end, and I went to get him, and he was gone. He decided to leave.
Right.
And then, like, in panic mode.
You're in panic mode.
You start screaming.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I know.
And then he went and found some person that worked there and said, I'm lost. I don't have my mommy and daddy. And they held him. Yeah, I was screaming.
I know. Right? Do we have Tom's take today on Kimberly's Revolution? What is Tom's take? Is it on the stadium?
No. Don't get me started.
Am I going to wear my mask on the plane?
I have some update.
Well, Uncle Reggie wants to know if I'm going to wear my mask on the plane or be like a Democrat. Well, see, the Democrats make these rules. They don't follow them, and they want everyone else to follow them. So when I fly on Wednesday, if I want to get to where I'm going, I guess I'm going to have to wear a mask. You still have to wear the mask. Like, I took my mom to the doctor last week. Mm-hmm. You still have to wear a mask in the doctor's office.
What I'm going to do here today is I'm going to call out Pittsford. Calling it out. Okay.
Really? Pittsford is if you're not familiar with New York or Rochester, New York, this is a very swanky, fancy community.
Well, apparently
Pittsford is hello.
I went through the demographics again for the We the People podcast network and for Kimberly's Revolution.
Okay.
And apparently Pittsford's nowhere to be seen, Kimberly.
Shocking.
So
you mean the rich people don't like me?
Apparently not. However, Greece.
I was hoping for a rich husband one of these days.
However,
they don't know I'm alive. How am I ever going to attract a rich husband?
Greece has surpassed Irondequoit. So you calling out Greece last time worked. And Grease and Hilton are now
Whoop, whoop.
moving up the charts, so to speak.
West Side.
And I would like to congratulate
What?
Batavia.
What?
Batavia for making it into the ranking. So thanks to the people in Batavia. Another thing.
I love everyone in Batavia.
Okay.
Everyone.
Facebook does a survey of people that are on Facebook that are our demographic.
Yeah.
The artists that people think that they admit that they like are Luke Bryan and Adam Sandler. Does that fit our demographics? I think it probably does, right? Luke Bryan and Adam Sandler.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Are the artists that our demographic chooses.
I don't know what to say about
Okay,
that. Oh boy.
The news media outlets.
Adam Sandler.
We got to do better than that, right?
I was hoping really that we'd be a little bit more
classy.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. News outlets. Of course, Fox News, makes the list.
Yeah.
What is Tasty? Any idea? Tasty
Austin? Freeze, like a Tasty Freeze?
No, like a media outlet. People have said that Tasty is their choice of media center. Never heard of it.
I have no idea what that is.
So I'll have to look that up.
Isn't that just like the Facebook things that always pop up that are like, make this recipe, and you watch the video and they make the cookies, and then it's like, ooh.
Well, that makes sense.
And then you never make it.
I have never heard of Tasty.
All right. Well, anyways,
you live and learn.
Television.
Oh, it is a food. Oh, Cupcake Chris says it's a food video site.
Well, apparently we're really big into that.
Okay.
So
I would assume that my cupcake would be, yes.
So we've got to get on that. Now the two television personalities, Ellen DeGeneres. Okay,
people love Ellen.
People love Ellen.
She's a commie lib.
Jennifer Johnson, no clue. Who's Jennifer Johnson?
She used to be on 13. She used to be on she used to be on 13.
Oh, so
she
she's
was a
local.
blonde.
She's local?
She's local. But
Wow.
she hasn't been on the air in television news for like 5 years.
People love Jennifer Johnson, apparently. Maybe this data is really old.
I think it's really old because Jennifer has not been on the air news-wise in 5 years.
So Kimberly's Revolution.
She's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Kimberly's Revolution supporters, update your Facebook posts. Update your Facebook edit pages.
Are you me or are you talking to people?
Talking to the people here on thing. Okay, couple more.
Yeah.
Two favorite retail stores. These aren't shock. Amazon.com. People are spending online, and Walmart. Well, we are Walmart people.
I'm not wearing a freaking mask in Walmart.
We're
they can
Walmart
take their
people.
mask and shove it.
And the last thing, and I don't know because this may date this thing as well, but the two most popular TV shows that are listed with our demographics are The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
Okay.
Which I haven't seen in I don't know how many years. And Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, yeah.
When did that come out?
10 years ago, I think.
Yeah, I think this is the problem. Our people need to update their sites.
I mean, this might be just getting around to like watching things.
All right, quick medal Olympic count.
I don't care about them. Does anybody care about the Olympics?
They rank them by gold medals, but the United States at 64 medals is leading the entire medal count.
How many golds do we have? That's all we care about.
22.
Are we leading?
China has 29 golds.
We only care about the gold. We don't listen. If you're a second place, you're just a what is it?
You ain't first, you're last.
You're a first place loser.
Leave the Bills alone.
Second place, you're a first place loser. All right, that is going to do it for Kimberly's Revolution for a Monday. We appreciate all of our sponsors. We hope that that you go to Fantuzzo's Acupuncture, Precision Lawn and Garden, Taylor Heating and Cooling. Call Taylor 500 HELP, of course, and also Express Sealers. If you want your driveway sealed, they do a great job. Express Sealers. We will be back here tomorrow at 2:00 for Kimberly's Revolution on the We the People Podcast Network. We want to thank Fitz at Rockfox Productions. As always, thank Austin for pulling up all my pictures and all my videos and all my stuff that I send him every day. And that's going to do it.
Hey, Andy, let Terry Pagula dig a bunch of wells in Allegheny County.
No.
And he can pay for all the stadiums he wants, and none taxpayer money will be used. It's a very
bad idea.
It's a fantastic idea. Leave my money in my pocket. I like the ticket prices the way they are.
Okay.
God bless. Be kind to others.
Rejuvenate, restore, refresh, and heal. At Fantuzzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional acupuncture, cosmetic anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit FantuzzoAcupuncture.com to book online today. FantuzzoAcupuncture.com.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor. 500 help.